Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P0128, refers to a cooling system malfunction, specifically indicating that the engine's coolant temperature is not reaching the expected range. This code is typically associated with issues in the engine's cooling system that can affect engine operation and efficiency. A malfunction can arise from components such as the thermostat, the engine coolant temperature (ECT) sensors, and the radiator fan. These components work together to maintain optimal operating temperatures for the engine. If the engine runs too cool, it may lead to increased emissions and fuel inefficiency. Therefore, diagnosing and addressing this code is crucial for maintaining the vehicle's performance and longevity. The DTC P0128 indicates a malfunction in the cooling system, which is essential for controlling the engine's temperature. Key components include the thermostat, which opens and closes to regulate coolant flow and thereby maintain the engine temperature within an optimal range. The engine coolant temperature sensors, ECT Sensor 1 and ECT Sensor 2, play a critical role by monitoring the temperature of the coolant and sending that information to the Powertrain Control Module, PCM. Additionally, the radiator fan helps to cool the engine by drawing air through the radiator. If any of these components fail, the engine may not reach the appropriate operating temperature, triggering the DTC P0128. The ECT sensors are usually located near the thermostat in the engine bay, allowing them to accurately gauge the coolant temperature. The DTC P0128 can result from several possible causes. A faulty thermostat is one possibility. If it fails to open or close properly, coolant can't circulate as needed, leading to improper engine temperatures. Similarly, incorrect readings from the ECT sensors could misinform the PCM, causing incorrect decisions about coolant flow or fan operation. Additionally, if the radiator fan malfunctions, it may not provide sufficient airflow to cool the radiator, exacerbating the engine cooling problem. Each of these issues could individually or collectively contribute to the DTC P0128 being triggered. Addressing these components is vital for resolving the malfunction. The symptoms related to the DTC P0128 can manifest in several ways. One common symptom is poor engine performance, as the engine may struggle to reach its optimal operating temperatures, affecting power and efficiency. Additionally, increased fuel consumption can occur because an engine running cooler than intended often leads to inefficient combustion. Furthermore, an illuminated check engine light is a frequent indication that there's a fault detectable by the onboard diagnostic system. Drivers may also notice fluctuations in engine temperature readings on the dashboard. Identifying these symptoms early can help in reducing further engine complications and costly repairs. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0128 requires turning the ignition switch to the on-to position. This action powers the vehicle's electronic systems without starting the engine, allowing for necessary diagnostics. Next, it's essential to record any freeze data and snapshots that the onboard computer may have stored. Freeze data includes conditions like temperature and speed at the time the DTC was set, which can provide valuable insight into the failure. After documenting this information, the next action is to clear the DTC using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This step resets any faults, allowing the technician to see if the issue persists after the initial diagnosis. In the second troubleshooting step, ensure that the blower switch is turned off. This is critical as it can impact the readings and operation of the cooling system, particularly during the diagnostic process. After confirming the blower is off, the next action is to check the fan high control and fan low control in the data list using the HDS. This data will indicate whether the radiator fan is currently active. If the fan is off, you will proceed to the next step. However, if the fan controls are still active, it is necessary to wait until they turn off before proceeding further, as it may affect the cooling system's functionality assessment. The next step involves checking the radiator fan operation to ensure it's functioning as intended. This can significantly affect the cooling performance of the engine. You need to determine whether the radiator fan is keeping on continuously. If it is, this may indicate a fault within the radiator fan high-speed circuit or issues with the radiator fan relay. Both components can prevent the radiator fan from responding to the ECT sensor signals. In this case, further checks on the circuit and relay will be necessary. If the fan is not running, you will proceed to the next diagnostic step to isolate the issue more effectively and prevent potential overheating. At this stage, it's essential to let the engine cool down to a temperature of 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius or lower. Allowing the engine to reach this cool state is vital before further assessment, as higher temperatures can skew the readings and complicate the diagnostics. Once the engine has cooled, the next action is to note the values from ECT Sensor 1 and ECT Sensor 2 in the data list using the HDS. These sensors will provide critical temperature measurements of the engine coolant, forming the baseline for further analysis. By comparing these readings with future values, technicians can determine if the ECT sensors and thermostat are functioning correctly. Next, you will need to start the engine and let it idle. This idle period is crucial for observing how quickly and effectively the engine's cooling system responds during operation. The focus here is to monitor the temperature rise from ECT Sensor 1. You will need to let the engine idle until the temperature reported by ECT Sensor 1 increases by 34 degrees Fahrenheit, 19 degrees Celsius or more from the initial recorded value. This increase indicates that the thermostat is likely functioning properly if the expected temperature shift is achieved. If you find that the temperature does not rise as expected, this may suggest a failure within the system requiring additional checks. In the sixth step, following the idling process, the ECT Sensor 2 readings must now be checked using the HDS. This step is critical as it allows for a comparison with the earlier recorded value of ECT Sensor 2. The comparison helps to evaluate if the temperature increase reached is at least 9 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius or more from what was previously recorded. If the temperature rise meets this threshold, it suggests that the cooling system is responding effectively, and the issue might lie elsewhere, such as with the thermostat that needs further testing. Conversely, if the temperature does not rise adequately, this may indicate an intermittent failure, necessitating a closer inspection of connections at the ECT sensors and the Powertrain Control Module, PCM. If the temperature rise from ECT Sensor 2 has been confirmed to be at least 9 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius or more, the next step is to test the thermostat for functionality. This component is essential for regulating coolant flow in the engine, and if it fails, it can cause issues that directly relate to the P0128 error code. The testing can involve both visual inspections and functional tests to ensure that the thermostat opens and closes at the appropriate temperature. If the thermostat is found to be functioning correctly, you will then continue on to further troubleshooting steps to investigate other potential causes of the code. It is important to verify that components are operational to prevent a recurring check engine light. In this step, you'll need to turn the ignition switch back to the on position to prepare for resetting the Powertrain Control Module, PCM. The PCM is a vital component of the vehicle that controls various engine functions based on numerous sensor readings. Resetting the PCM clears any stored fault codes and information, essentially giving you a clean slate to work from. This is performed using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, which facilitates communication with the PCM. This step is crucial for accurately diagnosing any remaining issues after previous checks have been completed. Once reset, the vehicle will need further assessment to confirm the cooling system's functionality. Again, the engine will need to cool until the coolant temperature is between 21 degrees Fahrenheit, -6 degrees Celsius, and 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius. This cooling period is crucial as it allows for accurate readings and function tests to be conducted. Once the temperature is suitably low, the next goal is to perform the PCM idle learn procedure. This is an important recalibration process that helps the PCM adjust its parameters based on the current engine conditions. It enables the vehicle to learn the new idle characteristics and refine engine management processes. After successfully learning the idle conditions, you can prepare for a test drive to further evaluate the vehicle's performance and verify whether the DTC P0128 persists. For this step, you will need to take the vehicle for a test drive at a steady speed ranging between 15 to 75 miles per hour, 25 to 120 kilometers per hour, for approximately 30 minutes. This test drive is essential to evaluate how well the system has been reset and whether the conditions that triggered DTC P0128 remain present. During the drive, monitor the vehicle's performance closely, paying attention to engine temperature, any abnormal sounds, or fluctuations in power output. This driving period allows the PCM to gather real-time data, which aids in further diagnostics and adjustments, should they be necessary. A successful test drive without the check engine light illuminating is a good sign that the issue may have been resolved. After the test drive, the next step is to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs using the HDS. It is crucial to verify whether the DTC P0128 has reappeared after the previous troubleshooting steps and test drive. A pending DTC indicates that a fault exists, but it hasn't been logged as a confirmed issue yet. If DTC P0128 is indicated once again, which signifies that the cooling system still has unresolved issues which must be investigated further. Alternatively, if P0128 does not appear, you will move to the final diagnostic step to confirm the current operational status of the cooling system. In the final step of troubleshooting, the technician must monitor the OBD, onboard diagnostics status, for DTC P0128 in the DTCs menu using the HDS. The OBD status provides a comprehensive overview of all current and historic diagnostic codes. If the HDS indicates that the status for DTC P0128 is passed, it means that the cooling system is now functioning properly and the issue has been resolved. This is a crucial confirmation that the previous troubleshooting measures were effective. If there are any other pending or confirmed DTCs noted from the previous step, these will require separate attention, ensuring that all faults are resolved for optimal vehicle performance. Upon completing all troubleshooting steps for DTC P0128, it is critical to conduct a final repair verification to confirm that the diagnosed issue is fully resolved. This may involve rechecking all components previously assessed, as well as performing another test drive to ensure that the cooling system operates correctly under various conditions. Observing that the check engine light does not illuminate and the vehicle maintains the appropriate coolant temperature throughout different driving scenarios assures the technician that the repair was successful. Effective verification is essential for maintaining customer satisfaction and vehicle reliability. Addressing and confirming the resolution of any other pending or confirmed DTCs will also contribute to the overall health of the vehicle. Preventive maintenance plays a significant role in minimizing the chances of DTC P0128 emerging in the future. Regularly monitoring coolant levels in the system is vital, as insufficient coolant can lead to engine overheating and operational issues. It's also recommended to schedule routine inspections of the thermostat to ensure it operates properly. A preventative approach can help catch issues early before they escalate into major problems, ultimately saving time and repair costs. Regular maintenance tasks, including checking sensors, coolant conditions, and the radiator fan activity, will enhance the overall lifespan and functionality of the engine cooling system. Proper care is key to ensuring optimal vehicle performance. In conclusion, the DTC P0128 signifies a cooling system malfunction that can lead to various performance issues if not addressed. Thorough diagnostics, including checking ECT sensors, inspecting the thermostat, and monitoring the radiator fan's operation, are all essential steps towards resolving this issue. Symptoms such as poor engine performance and increased fuel consumption highlight the importance of early detection and troubleshooting. Implementing a preventive maintenance routine can significantly reduce the likelihood of recurrence. Ultimately, ensuring the health of the cooling system is crucial for maintaining the overall performance and longevity of the 2011 to 2017 Honda Odyssey. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.